life has changed a little bit, just a little bit, slightly since the last time we talked to the peoples,
Child.
even live.
Okay.
Even live.
Right, you're right.
Even
You're right. What
live.
was that?
Even
Was that a week ago?
it
It
was
was
a couple
two
of weeks
weeks.
ago.
Was it 2 weeks?
Yes.
It wasn't.
Yes, it was.
See, I can't keep
That's why
up.
I sent y'all the other day. I miss y'all.
Oh yes, because it's been that long.
Now you want to speak to
We're
us
gonna have
in
a
the
little girl
chat.
time.
Girl,
Okay?
look, because
Look
at
at
least
her.
it's working now. Y'all know I got that old phone.
You need to upgrade.
We gotta get her together.
Upgrade.
Girl, I don't spend no money like that.
You need a new phone.
She spend money
No.
traveling.
So that we can share our screens together.
You know
We
what?
need to share
Look,
information.
when that one die, I get another one.
Listen.
What be killing me is how she drop out every single time.
Look.
Whether we talking or whether we live, you drop out and we just sit there like, where's that?
Oh my
at?
God.
Look,
Where's
and the thing
that?
is, I pulled my old iPad out, and I'm like, it won't even accept Netflix because it said
It says what?
it won't even, like, I was trying to, I wiped it clean, and then I tried to like start over. Yeah, it's too old. It won't even accept.
Friend, get some cash apps and go ahead and get your
Girl.
iPad upgraded, boo.
I just can't spend no extra money. I'm good.
This is the first time in the history of my life that we're on a holiday like Easter. Today is Easter.
I know.
And it don't feel like no Easter.
it
No.
doesn't.
It doesn't feel like Easter. I don't know if it was because of the pandemic and we ain't been in church or what, but
Maybe.
it does not.
Yeah, because we
And on
forgot
my
because we were
baby,
trying to go to
we
brunch.
did. And what's so funny is I don't have my daughter, so I didn't buy her a dress. I made her a little Easter basket though, but I didn't buy her a dress or do all the things that I would normally do when I would have her for Easter because we didn't go to church because I don't have her today. And so it just feels weird. It does.
Because I meant to ask y'all that. Like, was anybody going to church?
No.
Why ain't got my
We're-
baby and
we're
we was doing
here.
this?
Are y'all
Yeah.
churches though?
My church is open.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
our church is
But I
not.
haven't been in church since, like physically, since the pandemic.
Me
I
either.
view them sometimes, you know, if I'm not watching TV.
Yeah.
Okay, because
That's
my,
terrible.
my mother does children's church, and they did like this morning. Everything was virtual.
Right.
She does her virtual lessons. It is so cute to see
But it's so
her
cute
do her
though.
lessons.
Mhm.
Cause I ain't gonna say she old, but yeah, my mother's 70, and she
And she's still teaching
she
them
be
Bible
on the
lessons.
Zoom. She done learned how to embed videos into her PowerPoint.
Come on, mama.
And I just be like, oh my goodness, my mother is the bomb.com.
I know that's right. She cute. I love it. I love it.
Well, today we're going to talk about some stuff. You know, it's a little juicy, but
Ooh.
we got to figure this thing out.
We do because I need answers.
We got to figure it out. So, could you maintain a healthy relationship with someone if you're not sexually compatible with them? How can that
Listen,
work?
the sad part for the people that are going to listen to this is that they won't get to see facial expressions because my spirit is weary with this thing, right? Because to me, this ebbs and flows in and out of so many different topics that come up for me when it comes to this type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you are making concessions, where
Okay.
you're
Mhm.
compromising.
Okay.
And what I have learned, and then I'm gonna say this, and then y'all, have at it, is that I never actually went in thinking that I wouldn't be sexually satisfied by the person that I was
Yes,
seeing,
I
right?
agree
So
with that.
I was completely in. I was talking to him, dating. It was fun, and then we were just always compatible. It was never an issue, right?
Mhm.
But at 40. These tables have turned, Jesus, they have turned on this good Sunday morning. And so, what I am trying to understand is that at this age, I'm also looking for something different in a man, right?
Mhm.
The same things don't attract me,
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out the balance of a man that makes you laugh and a man that you connect with energetically and you have fun with, and y'all have a lot of stuff in common. Y'all can have conversations around any and everything syncs. And then y'all sleep together and it's like trash. Trash. How do you? And I had a homeboy tell me one time, he was like, well, how much weight are you going to let it carry? But if you also are a person who connects to your person physically and you are a physical need intimacy, how can you have that too and still have all the other things? Are you compromising yourself and what you want because he check all the other stuff on your list and not the sexual part? Like what? Y'all just Just give me a word, because I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
let Stephanie start off
Well,
before I chime in.
I need you to define trash.
I mean,
'Cause,
so
like-
you know, but even size, like I feel like it's not just how well you do it. Like you could be a mover and a shaker, but if you too small to sustain the activity, what we doing?
What is the purpose of it?
What is
being
the
there?
purpose? Because I'm just
Mhm.
gonna be laying there looking at you like, if he don't hurry up and get out my face so I could
And
go.
I know you do too.
You know
I
my
know
face.
do.
You
I
already
you
know.
do.
So how do you deal with that?
But see, it goes back to what you just said. Like at this point in life, like what we're looking for is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So
I want you to tell the truth today and
And
shame the devil.
Well, I will tell the truth, because the thing is, like I've dated older men,
Okay.
and I've actually been with somebody who's in that transition. Like once they get around in the mid-50s, that thing don't do what it used to do no
Mm.
more.
Mhm.
And I think because I'm also looking at myself soon, after menopause, this thing ain't gonna be like it used to be.
Mhm.
So in my mind, I'm trying to keep that, like, again, 20 years ago, I would have had a different answer. But right now, if those other things align, that's why I said define trash. Because if it's trash and we can be creative and you meet all the other things or more of my emotional needs, then I'm gonna be honest, at this particular point, if I'm looking for a lifetime partner,
Yeah.
I may have to, that might just have to be an area that we have to get creative in, because it's hard out here.
I listen, friend.
rough.
I know. You ain't telling
It's
me.
hard, but what if you're just a sexual person?
Right.
That's going to matter. Like we
It
can be
is.
creative. He can do all sorts of tricks and all that other thing,
Mhm.
but you may need that fulfillment with that thing.
You
I
might.
might have a boyfriend, so
But see, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
But you're
You're saying I'm gonna take him and all the things that I know he brings to the table as a
But
life
adding
partner,
in
but I'm
something
going to
else.
cheat on him because I'm not
Well,
saying.
I-
And I'm
well,
not a
it's-
cheater, but
it's-
I will. Listen, this will be a time in my
But
life
if
where I'm gonna
you're
have me a
not
little thing on the
married,
side.
Is it really cheating? No, because like,
I mean, I
If
guess
you're not
not.
married.
I guess
yeah, if
not.
you're not married,
If
is it
you're not
cheating?
married, it's pretty much open, but it's kind
Okay.
of that thing that understanding of, like,
we are monogamous.
are we monogamous with one another? So if you're exclusive and monogamous, then
It is
it's technically
kind of cheating.
Okay, all right.
So this is my take on it. It's gonna mean something to me. I am a physical touch
Me
person.
too.
I need you to touch me. I need you to feel me. I need it all.
Mhm.
And I need to have that level of intimacy and connection. Oftentimes it could just be me just wanting just to jump his bones for a second,
Mhm.
but I want to be fulfilled in that moment as
Mhm,
well.
Right.
And I would hope or prefer it to be my guy whose bone that I'm jumping, because
Right.
I don't want to have to cheat on him
Yep.
just because he does not satisfy me sexually. Could I maintain a healthy relationship with that? I could, if it would mean
Lost for
that I will
words.
be, I am at the loss for
I
words,
know.
because it would mean that I will possibly seek that
Something
attention
else.
elsewhere.
But it's the same thing with anything. If I'm in a relationship with a man who satisfies me physically, but he doesn't touch me emotionally, then I'm going to emotionally cheat because
Mhm.
somebody's going to fulfill me in that area. I think it's the same for all of it, right? Is that I'm going to look for what it is that I feel that I'm missing. And I think that we're not at a place in our lives. I know it's hard. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know it's hard out here, but I don't think that we are at a place that we should say, okay, it's hard out here, so I'm gonna take these 8 things and I'm gonna leave these, and I'm gonna forget about these 3 things. I think we're in a position where we can wait until we find something that makes us feel holistically secure in what it is that we have going on. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but I also think we need to be realistic.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes that's why we have a lot of single women out here, because a lot of these checklists
Mhm.
don't really match up to the reality. We have really romanticized relationships so much
Yeah.
that we're looking for this perfect creature, this perfect being. And these people really, these unicorns don't exist.
Yeah.
So it's just like, for me personally, when I look at my personal growth and things that are important to me, and I look at relationships and things that work, the things that hurt me the most, it wasn't the sex piece, it will lack emotional connection.
Gotcha.
100%.
So if I honestly, because again, I'm not gonna get this checklist, this perfect man that I done created in my mind. I already know 100%. I'm not gonna get that. And I'm lucky if I get 80%. And I'm just being realistic.
no,
And
that
these are
makes
things
sense.
that my mother who has told me, and I trust her. But I have to look at the things that have caused me so much pain in my past. And again, it wasn't the sex. It really was the emotional piece. So if I have to give up something to get the things that are important, because we're getting older. Really, real talk, what are we? 20 years from now, ain't none of our shit gonna work right.
And we're gonna want the connection.
I still want to
But I really, and
cranking that
to
thing
your
up.
point, right? Because I think that's what I was trying to get to in the beginning is the point that you just made. It matters what you're conceding on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it can't be, oh, he got to be making me crawl up the wall, but I don't care if he lying doing what else.
Right.
He has to be, okay, maybe he's not this unicorn that I see in my mind. But as you grow, I don't think your standards are that unrealistic. I think that you become more connected to yourself and what you want out of life. Your standards aren't that realistic. You're able to connect to the places in a person that work best for the person that you've become.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that if you need sexual connection, yeah, maybe he might not be the finest thing, but he's still honest and y'all still have fun and you still have sexual pleasure, but maybe something you would have wanted in your 20s.
Yeah.
Now you don't care about that. So I think it's about being realistic with yourself. And then I know I need that intimacy. So as much as you are these great things at this age, I've been through enough to know that I'm not going to compromise that.
Right.
Because I'm
You
gonna
know?
tell you, no, it's funny you say that. Like when I think back to some of the craziest stuff I've done and the worst pain I felt,
Yeah.
is because that thing was good.
Right.
It was too good. And
Yeah.
I wasn't making rational decisions. And I look at some of the better connections I may have had with people, but because I was so focused on the physical pleasure,
Yeah.
I'm put myself in a whole bunch of crazy compromising situations. And I just look at everything I've gone through as a learning experience. Like I can't keep repeating the same lessons in over and over again.
Yeah.
So when I really evaluate my situations, it's, you know what, maybe I should have went for that one that was all about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing wasn't as big as that other one, but that other one had me,
I was sharing him with some other
sharing
people.
them.
Mhm. Or he
just-
was emotionally unavailable or whatever he was.
Yeah, but it wasn't really what I needed.
Yeah.
It might have been what I wanted. And I think at this point, again, sometimes I think we're dating in our mid 40s like we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
And it ain't about what you want. It's really about what you need.
Yeah.
So just this past weekend, I think just this past weekend, I have re-entered into a relationship that I once had. And it was a bit interesting because when I think about the people that I have dated since this person, I don't have as much fun with them. We don't, connect a certain way where it's just kind of like I could just let my hair down and just be myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're sexually compatible with one another. So we have fun, like in different areas. But we've experienced some things in our history. But the bottom line, one of my girlfriends said, it could have been you, it could have been someone else that was just like, well, what makes you happy? Are you
Mhm.
happy with this person? Does this person make you happy? The person does make me happy. So we do have to understand that it's really where we are, as you stated, in our lives in this whole situation and what we're willing to compromise, what we're willing to accept.
Mhm.
I don't think that I would settle for anything. I just want to be happy with
That's right.
any relationship that I have. Could I maintain a healthy relationship with a guy that I'm not sexually compatible with? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I would want to maintain a healthy relationship, but will I honestly and seriously and honestly seek elsewhere what he is lacking?
Right.
Or could I be content and
Yeah.
really happy just being with this person that's not fulfilling me sexually? Like, what can I, like, all right, let's say I'm that girl. Y'all, I don't know. Like, what kind
Yeah.
of advice would you give me?
I mean, like you said, what makes you happy? Like, sex is not that big of a deal to some people. Some people don't. It's not that serious, and so maybe we're sitting at the table of women who represent the women that it is that serious for us because we
Right.
need whatever we need. But I just always feel like when you're in the flow of your life and when you're allowing things to ebb and flow and you putting your intentions out, what you need and what is going to work for you will flow to you.
So listen, so if you have that connection with that person, do you think that that connection that you have can kind of supersede the lack sexually?
I think,
Do
to
you
be
think that
honest,
you can really
up to a certain degree.
I think it depends on you as an individual. And okay, so I am very sexual, but I'm gonna tell you this: I don't be feel like doing it like I used to. Like it's just not that important to me anymore. And what makes me realize that is like during a pandemic, like we had time on our hands. But when I look back at the times that I was so happy in the house, because I mean I had a whole family in my house at the time, but the things that made me the happiest at the time were just the time we spent, the conversations, just having. Not really even family time because we put them kids somewhere else. Well, mine is an adult, but like his son, he would be somewhere else. But just watching TV, talking, sharing time, like that was more important. That connection to me was more important.
So creating creating another level of intimacy.
Yes, like
in
it's not sexual. And at one point, I really thought that okay, like the first 2 weeks, I was like, yeah, I want it. After 3 weeks in, I was like, I ain't got to do it no more. I'm tired of doing it. Let's do something else. And it's like sex. I mean, at this point, I'm realizing sex isn't as important as I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that?
Because it just isn't. Like the best times that I have with a person aren't the sexual piece, aren't the sexual times. Like I would rather have somebody that I connect with emotionally and the conversation is always flowing, or we can complete each other's sentences. Those are things that are more important to me at this point. I realize, and I guess watching my parents, and especially watching my mother take care of my father, like in like his last year, pretty much where I want to be. They ain't worrying about having sex and all that stuff. Like at a time, none of this stuff is gonna matter. His thing ain't gonna work. My stuff gonna dry up, and it's just gonna be us. And if we can't function in other areas, or the sexual piece was what carried us, then really, is our relationship really that successful? And that's the only thing. Again, 20 years ago, I would have said it's all about the sex. But now, I need somebody that I can just be
about
with.
what your
And
relationship is
sometimes
built
just
on.
being silent.
Yeah.
Because I don't always feel like talking. I need somebody that we good in all situations. And sometimes I need that silence. You understand that I don't want to be touched all the time. I don't always want to talk, but we can still feel together even when we're not saying anything.
I get it. But if you're having sex with him and his thing plops out of you every time he moves,
Come on, sis.
is that going to be a problem for
But
you?
you also
Let's keep it real.
I mean, we
y'all.
have to, because you know what? When you love somebody,
Yeah.
a part of that relationship is the sexual connection.
But what happens when
It's not
you've
all of
been
it,
with
but it's a piece
somebody-
of it.
Because again,
But we're talking about initial. We're not talking about having been with, and we're not talking about having been with and built with and have a foundation. What we talking about coming in and y'all are building in the sex is trash.
I mean, coming in, I guess again, at this point, it depends on what the other pieces of the package are.
He's a good guy,
Right?
And
Like we know that.
you have that emotional connection.
Then we would probably
and then
just
you
have to be
finally
creative.
laid them down,
Girl,
probably
but
laid him
what
down.
if it's so small you can't
I've
be
had
creative?
one of those before.
How
And
do you
what
get
did you do?
creative
It
with
was
that?
creative.
What,
Girl, what? That's how
you tell us what it is.
But you know what? You done had a ton of good sex, and you're not in a place in your
what,
life right
though?
now where that's
And
not
I
important.
think that's another thing too. I've had a ton. I can't even
Yeah.
lie. And if you and I been together, yes, before, and you listening, yes, you part of that ton of good sex that I done had.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just not to say sexed out, but
So that's your
I'm
mindset
over it.
now. But
Yeah.
we want to talk to, because that's what we talked about. Getting to a different place in your life. Your list changes and evolves.
Mhm.
You change, you grow, your mindset changes, what you want, your connection to a man, because there are men that I've been with in the past that I have no attraction to at all anymore. Like he could do nothing for me. And as the relationship was dying off, the sex wasn't even that good at that point because I wasn't mentally stimulated
Into it.
by him anymore. So I think everything kind of goes together. But if you come in and I'm already excited about you and you give me all the feels, and then I am not stimulated by you sexually because I'm walking away having to go play with my toys, that is problematic for me. Because no matter how much good sex I've had, you want to have good sex with somebody that you were into.
That you like, because now you're trying to figure out if you're going to still like that.
You know what I'm saying?
person.
Because then your
Yeah.
feelings start changing. Because you're like, wait a minute. You cool, but however kind of space do I want to waste time with this? Because I know that I'm going to end up veering off because my feelings change fast. And not because, I'm so fly by night, but if I'm into you and then something goes wrong or doesn't go the way I want it, I'm done. Like, I don't waste time. I don't waste people's time because I don't like to have my time wasted.
Thank you for your services, sir. But
This has
that's a
been
no for
fun.
me.
Like, oh, we've been talking all day, every day. And now I'm like,
Now I wanted to play with you.
The energy has
It ain't
changed.
even
And I guess
right.
too, see, you more of a one guy. See, and I guess for me, I'm not, and just because I may entertain multiple men does not
Mhm.
mean I'm
You
sleeping with
We got it.
them.
yeah.
Understand?
But maybe that's why I don't feel that level of frustration, because I know it's a lot when you have been putting all your energy in one person and then you get this feeling that's just not meeting your expectations. So the way we look at things is just different.
Yeah. But I feel you though, because I think as you change and you want some different things, like, because I actually feel like I'm attracting a different type of man now
Mhm.
than I was before. I don't even think I would attract the same type of guy that I had in my past at this point because of the energy that I'm putting out.
But that don't mean
But
his
I
thing
would
might
say,
not be little.
well, that's
Or-
what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is, personality wise. So it's
stop
always
this,
fun. You
sis.
silly. He's a nice guy. He's grounded. He's fun. We have fun. We like the same stuff. Conversation is great. And I can't sleep with all of them and be
Right,
disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we just gonna attract small? You don't gotta have, the biggest.
Maybe create a test.
I mean, you just gotta put your hands down their pants
But
at this
even
point. You know what
with
I'm
this
saying?
point, but
test.
even just
I
making
used to do it
sure
when I was
just
in my
because
20s.
it's big don't mean, because I done had some
Well,
big
that
ones that
too.
ain't right. Like,
We're talking about not necessarily. Okay, you're right. Having
We
a
were just using
person with
size as an example.
right, having a big penis does not mean that they're going to give it their all and it's going to be fulfilling.
yes,
We're talking about knowing you and your body, and I can't even get the words out because I don't
He
want my
can't be
mother
so
to hear
small
me and
you
me be
can't
so
feel
big.
what's
Yeah.
happening in the room. You're just laying there like, did he start? Am I here? When you walk away
Thank
and
you,
it feels
sis.
like you were never there,
Thanks, sis.
like you can be like, oh no, I
And
didn't
see,
do
I'm
that.
gonna be honest, I've never, and maybe that's another reason why I can't really. I've never had that experience.
Oh,
You
bless
ain't never
you.
had nobody who
No, I'm gonna be honest. No, I have not. Like,
well, you didn't had a perfect sex experience.
no, I ain't say that neither. But like,
If you ain't have that,
but I ain't never had that I ain't know. Because even if that wasn't working, usually, because it was a guy I really, really, really like really, and I hope one day he does hear this. But I really, really liked him, and I was really not pleased with him in that area, but he made it up in other areas.
Mhm.
So, but
That's because he knew.
you took it out my mouth. He
knew.
but he told me
He
too.
knew you.
He told me too.
So
So,
what if they know and don't tell you
but typically,
and don't even have all of the extra
And see-
stuff to compensate? Could you deal with that stuff?
Because that is
and I'm gonna be
possible.
honest, and that's why I'm saying I don't know at this point, because I've never been there. Because I will say this: he didn't have a whole lot, but I tell you, he knew how to work them angles. Like, yes. Oh, you see it in my face, like, yes. Like, so, but he was aware and he made up for it in other areas. And I definitely mean other areas. So I can't say it wasn't 100% what I wanted, but I walked away pleased.
See, that's a
So-
different.
and but I
that's still
also
different.
think,
It
but
is.
that's even energy though.
Mhm.
Because I think because we were vibing like that, the energy was there and he wanted to please me. Like so maybe
So maybe you
y'all
just
right.
haven't.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Because you don't understand. You haven't felt it, so
And
maybe there's no advice that you could give. But for me, I would say, we all want what makes us happy. I'm with you. Like at this point in my life, I just want to be happy, and I've created that happiness for myself. So hopefully, I'm attracting that happiness in a partner where it will be a benefit and an addition to. But if I don't have the things that I know I require to be fully present with that man, I would be doing him a disservice if I stuck around knowing that I wasn't fully satisfied just because he made me laugh. I don't think that's fair to me or him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think you just have to be willing to make the honest decisions for yourself that aren't based on superficial things or size or any of those things, but just being honest with yourself about, okay, these things are cool, but this is not totally what I want. Even as this better version of myself, I want the additional things too. And I don't think that's unfair. And I don't think that's, making it to where, oh, it's hard out here, so you got to accept things. I don't even think that's about checking off everything on your list. I think it's about being within the confines of a partnership and having the fulfillment that you want to have. And I think that's measured differently the older you get and the more that you are paying attention to what you really want, what's really going to make me happy, because all the other stuff wasn't it. You know what I mean? So that would be what I would say to people is just, honor your personal truth.
Honor your personal truth. I know that the older I get, the less patience I have.
Yeah.
So if certain things aren't fulfilling for me, I think it's easier for me to just kind of like say, okay, I'm good with it. I can move on with it because my patience is a little bit thin. And I don't know where that happened. I can just connect it to I'm getting older, and every year it seems like my patience gets shorter and shorter. I pray about having more patience with things, but I know that my patience is short.
Don't you pray for patience?
So look, I don't tolerate a lot of things very well at my older age. So certain things I just kind of want for myself. I want for myself. And I want to be honest with whoever I decide to be with. Like, I want to be honest with them. I want to be fulfilled by them. But I do know that when you have certain connections, it seems to me when you're really into a person and the connection is really, really strong, oftentimes we do ignore or just kind of say, okay, I can deal with this because this is really strong with us. So I don't know, maybe I might be at 50, get to the point where if the person does not stimulate me sexually, that I could stay with them a little bit longer because of the other connections. But because I am still a very sexual woman, it means something to me right now. It means something to me. And again, I know that physical touch is my love language. I want to be touched. I want to be held. And it may not always be a sexual thing, but that connection in that area is really important for me right now. I can't say what I'll feel like at 50 or 55,
And you know what? The pull that you have towards a person, if it's that strong and there's that much depth to it, it's going to heighten your physical experience with them anyway. If those things are,
I was
saying
going to say that as well.
So if you can go into a situation where y'all have that energetic connection and then you sleep with them and that sort of shifts, then there's a question to what the energetic connection really is, because we are very emotional too. And so sex is emotional for us, and it could take it to that next level for you. So there's that evaluation for you when something trivial or small or whatever people think shifts your dynamic with that person. Then there's the evaluation I feel like you got to do across the board. But I can't be with a man that cannot fulfill me sexually. That doesn't work for me.
You could maintain a healthy relationship.
I cannot. I need all the feels. I need all of it, because I'm very touchy feely. I'm always hugging and touching. That's me. So you can't. I'm not going to lay down and be like, let me go in the bathroom. This nigga ain't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. That's not going to work for me.
You all do like again, and I guess I'm with the word creative. Like, you're not open to being creative to get to that point.
So I would tell you, I think it's not just about the creativity, but if I'm laying there and I can't tell that you're present, so that's problematic. Because how creative are we going to be? You going to use the toys on me? Because this is how I'm feeling in my spirit.
And I'm just wondering, have you all ever dated anybody over 55?
No.
Okay. And that may be why I feel the way that I feel. Because again, I had to have a conversation with one of my older girlfriends about it. And she just told me, she was like, bitch, look, I've been with my husband for 30 years. She was like, that thing don't do what it used to do. She was like, you're going to have to understand that once you start dating older men, it ain't gonna hit like it used to. So just get that out your mind now. So if it's all gonna fade, and I think that's in the back of my mind. I'm just focused more on the other aspects of the relationship. But like y'all said, I've had a lifetime. Honestly, I've had a lifetime of good penis.
Right.
So,
and
I'm ready to.
I wait too long in between. Relationships and men. I need him him to come in prepared, okay? Because I be taking my time and I be vetting them. And obviously, I need to start going back to sticking my hands down people's pants like I
Don't
used
do
to back in
that.
the day.
But you
Because I
can.
used to do the check, honey. My best friends would tell you, did you check him out first? Like, why are you even mad? Because I didn't do the penis check
Listen,
that I
sirs,
used to do
just
back
be
in the day.
upfront and honest with Shanita because you do not want her doing the dingling check.
Because I will check them out in public. Like, let me just see. There's nothing we can do with that. Because I can't even train you with the equipment that you have right now.
Ooh.
So that's how I used to do that back in the day. But I stopped because I was trying to be better, and grow as a person. I'm back in my game now. You do better. We back hands in the pants now. We back in the hands in the pants
I
now.
would like for you to call me and tell me, girl, I didn't stuck my hands down his pants to see what he was working with. I would love
I'm not
to
lying,
hear
sis. I
that
used to do it.
conversation.
I used to be petty like that because I'm not about to waste my time because I don't just be sleeping with any old body. So ain't no need for you to even come on in the room if you already short staffed over there.
Well, I'm just happy. I'm just happy.
I see you all glowing.
Look, you see, I don't have whatever it is that's going on over there. Okay, so that's why I'm not glowing. I mean, I'm going, but not like this.
I mean, y'all know I had to go through some things to get right back to where I was. And sometimes you really don't. Like, sometimes you gotta have those real conversations. I'm about to take it someplace else right now. Have those real conversations when you're really with someone. A lot of conversations are not the prettiest.
Yeah.
And if you're connected to a person and that person is worth it to you, you all figure out ways to try to make it work. We did this in the past. It didn't quite work. So what can we do better this time? Because we want to be with each other.
Yeah.
We want to be around each other. And we like to have fun with each other. We like to have fun all across the board. So yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
You see?
That's why you've been.
I mean, but that's
text available.
What?
Now I get it. Tell me some. Oh, you was by yourself yesterday. You should have told me. Oh, but I was here and I was there. Girl, stop. I was home cleaning out my closet, okay, and I felt good about it. I made me a wine spritzer last night. I was having the feels being by myself because Lord knows I don't get to do that. However, comma space that. What you said is also a part of this getting to a place where you can be fulfilled in a situation. Totally is being able to have those vulnerable moments with whoever it is that you're dating so that y'all can come into agreement on what it is that y'all need and what it is that y'all want. And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest. That's where I'm at in my life. I'm not gonna, you want to talk? I want to talk. Let's talk. What we talking about? So we can come into agreement on what it is that's going on here.
And I don't know, most guys do not communicate well. So a guy may not necessarily be comfortable with coming to a woman and saying certain things. I had a girlfriend. She dated a guy and he had a sexual dysfunction. And so he couldn't really get it up. And he wasn't an old guy. He couldn't really, they would be intimate or whatever. And it would not last a certain time where it would, however it happens when it happens. But then one time he blamed her for their experience. And she was like, well, sir, like, you're not even hard. You're not even getting, aroused a certain way for us to have a good experience or whatever with one another. He could have just told her up front, I have a sexual dysfunction where this may cause this, that, and the third. And it wasn't until after maybe the second experience that he even was honest with her, because I guess he may have seen the frustration, that she expressed after they tried to do what they were doing. But I just think people need to be honest.
But that's a hard thing. Like, how you just come and tell somebody my dick don't work?
If you are
like, I mean, look, we need to bring you over here for real. Like, but and depending on where you are in a relationship, like that's still something that's embarrassing.
It is. But I think they know if you in your 40s and you close to 50, you've been with enough people, you've been married, you got kids, all these things, you already know your shortcomings. And not even being a funny or play on words, but you know your shortcomings. So you know that somebody has had a problem with your size. You're not big. So to me, or that your overall experience is not going to be pleasurable. So don't get yourself wrapped up with a woman and not have those tough conversations. Right. Like, why are we not talking about sex?
Because everybody's not that self-aware though. Because like even with the guy, like, and I tell you, he was one of my faves, and I mean just as a person overall. But he told me, but it took us a while to get to that point, but I had to create a space for him to feel comfortable. So we as women, we got to take accountability for that too. Because if he doesn't feel comfortable, he told me about his size before it had to be 6 months before we even had sex.
That was going to be my next question. Was it before you all had sex?
Yes, it was
or
before.
after?
And he
that's what
told
I'm
me.
saying.
But honestly, I made him feel comfortable enough that he could share that with me.
But they did have a relationship where they were comfortable with having certain
Right.
discussions. He just did not share that.
That part.
But then maybe he wasn't as comfortable as she may have thought he was, because he would have shared it. Because I'm telling you, if somebody really feels comfortable,
know.
But I'm gonna tell you what,
I
and
don't
I hear
know.
what you're saying. But if you are talking to somebody and y'all are getting to that point, you better get comfortable, because we are getting to a point
Intimate.
where we're going to be intimate. You got to learn to be vulnerable with people when you're trying to date them. You have to learn, especially if it's been months. Like, bro, what do you need from me to get to the level of comfort that you could tell me your penis small before you take it out to use it? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, we got to stop being scared to stand up, because we could be avoiding all these situations if we just have those conversations with each other up front. Then nobody's disappointed. Everybody's coming to the table aware.
but I think in a perfect world, that would be, we got to still realize that people are still people with feelings and emotions. And we don't know what this man has dealt with before with this. Like,
Then that mean he ain't ready to date.
I
Yeah,
mean,
this my feeling
we
is,
would say
if
that
you
about
ain't ready,
ourselves.
yep. Because if you're not ready to, if you've been so hurt that you can't be vulnerable with the next man, and he's going to be paying for what you went through with somebody else, you're not ready to date, in my mind.
yeah, but I don't know if I'm just gonna feel all that comfortable. And y'all know I pretty much don't have a filter. But I don't know at what point do I say, yeah, my pussy just don't get that wet. Like, at
But
what
you
point?
saying my pussy
But
might
you
not
know
get
what?
that wet for
Why
you.
not?
But it could be that.
But it's still, I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna feel. I don't know when I'm gonna feel comfortable saying that.
We got to
Like, I
set a new
might just have
precedent.
to let you figure that out on your own. I might have
we
to.
got to set a new precedent.
Yeah.
We
So
got to
then-
set a new precedent.
Now, so you want to be like this funk guy, just
Look,
allow him
I'm
to
a fake it till I make it.
And then he's gonna be like, "Oh well,
What's
she's not
your
excited here."
problem?
Shoot,
I don't know. I say we have to learn, but that comes to refining the term of dating for yourself, and you show up dating, because we make everybody different, right? We can't change the dynamic of what's been going on out here now, but you can change it for yourself, and you can be an example when you out there. Like, I'm not about to waste my time or yours. I'm gonna let you know the truth about where I'm at, and we just need to be there, because now the truth is going to come out, and it's going to be uncomfortable, because now y'all in a situation where the conversation could have happened and it didn't happen because people scared.
I don't know. I'm at the point I might have to ride on that lie until I can. And yeah, I probably will put it on somebody else. It usually do, right. I'm just saying.
So you already said you a man. You'll lie.
Right.
You'll lie about certain things. But I mean, I get it. I don't know if I don't know. I won't know until I get there. And I'm not
Well,
there
hopefully
yet.
you won't have to be
I'm not there
in
yet.
that place.
Please.
Hopefully that never is your testimony.
Yeah, I pray that it's not, because
Yeah.
I enjoy certain
I
things too
just
much
hope
for me
that
to
the
be-
universe keeps sending me the quality of dick it's been sending me, because I've been good.
I can't stand
I
you.
mean, I've been good too, but I've had some experiences that were not so great,
Yeah.
which made me not really want to deal with them.
Yeah.
You
Change my whole
Yes.
vibe. All
Oh
my whole
God.
energy.
You never expected me to say that. You
No,
looked at
I
me
just
you was
like,
shocked.
again, because I'm just in my own mind. I can't remember not having,
Mhm.
like, so again, if you was with me, you was the bomb.com, because I done had some good stuff.
All
Yeah.
that dick wasn't good.
No, but it wasn't bad neither. It wasn't bad neither. But I just
wasn't
real
bad to
quick.
the point where
So
you was
we
like, no, I
focus
gotta
so
be
much on
different.
like how we feel. But what about if we're not meeting their expectations?
Shit, I mean, it's the same way. If I'm not meeting your sexual fulfillments, then just let me know. I mean,
Oh, you a better woman than me, because I'm
Let
like,
me
keep
know.
that shit to yourself. Don't tell me.
no,
don't-
because
don't
I
waste
don't
my
want
time.
No,
Because then you're
tell
gonna
me.
you might cheat.
But
Right,
again,
tell me.
we're at different spaces. Because again, you in a relationship, like a relationship, it would be different. But my mind ain't into where you are. So if I was in a relationship, yes, I would want to know. But if
If it's just
I'm
some dude that you
dating, like,
You wouldn't want him to tell you?
I mean, truthfully, I probably wouldn't even care that much. Like,
Mhm.
all right, then we just don't have to do it.
So if you wouldn't care that much, but then you're not being okay, so you're not being stimulated in a certain way after being pleasured by a particular guy. Do you think that he might not care and that's why he's not sharing?
I mean, but it could be. But again, like I said, we're in two different spaces. Like in a relationship, like we're in a committed situation,
Mhm.
that's gonna be totally different than me just having sex with
It
somebody.
is because you're gonna
Yeah,
want
'cause-
to have those conversations.
yeah,
You're gonna want it
if-
to be. You're gonna want it to be good, and y'all have those communications because you like that.
and then
person.
we got to keep doing it because like if
because we together.
yeah.
But even if it's a guy that you're not together with, but y'all like, I mean, and y'all in a situation where y'all just like to fuck each other.
But if
Well, how y'all
one of
like
us-
it? How y'all like it if
one of us
somebody
is
ain't
not pleased,
satisfied?
then
Okay.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay, y'all are attracted to each other in a particular way and y'all want to fuck each other. So
But if I'm not pleased or
If you're
he's
not
not
pleased,
pleased, then
then we don't gotta do it no
relationship,
more.
We ain't gotta have sex.
We don't got
That's
no
what I'm
relationship
saying.
at
We
this
ain't-
point because somebody
Well,
not
what
having.
if he come back to you and be like, what happened? You just
Oh
Then
no,
you
then
say
I'd
it.
be honest at that point.
so you
Like,
would say something.
eventually if the conversation came up, but I ain't gonna just be volunteering no information.
Gotcha.
Like I ain't even gonna lie and say that shit. Hell
Gotcha.
no.
Yeah, because my person was like, oh, we should talk. I was like, oh yeah, sure. Now I'm not gonna chase you down for the conversation,
Mhm.
but if you come to me, I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you
if
know
you
because
come.
now I'm avoiding the contact because I'm not happy.
Oh. I got a dark tear coming out because I really wanted you to have a pleasurable
It
experience.
just
You've
didn't
waited
work
so
out. I
long.
waited
Well,
so
you can
long.
borrow one of mine.
Girl, I'm out here in these streets now. Like, okay, well, what's the next trip?
Well, it's a trip coming up.
Just
Oh,
forget it
no.
all.
Actually, truthfully, that's why I'm at because I had to
Yeah.
just think about it when
You
on the
had-
way here.
Where you at? What?
What you mean?
You just said something. You say where you at?
No, where I'm at, like I'm just
Yeah,
ready
she
to
where
plan
I'm
the
at.
next trip. Like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest, men and sex, like relationships, that stuff is like on my priority list. It ain't in my top 5.
Right.
Okay.
I just realized like this.
It's in my top 2.
Like I haven't had sex in probably over a month, and I really ain't even been thinking about it. And I've had opportunities because I was supposed to have sex yesterday, but I fell asleep.
See,
Well, you know what?
but see, she got a roster. We ain't thinking about her
Well,
right now.
well, don't say I got a
And I told
roster.
you-
I mean, well, options.
I do have options, but like I really was supposed to have company yesterday. Girl, shit. I got me a crab bowl, got me one of them damn bags, got me some extra crab legs, and laid
That's
my
what I was
ass
trying to do
down.
yesterday.
I figured out a method when I was dating. Like I figured out a method.
Put your
And
hands
the
down in
method
pants.
was
You know what?
the Nita test, the Nita Dingaling test.
That's it.
My plan was when I started dating someone new, you could tell when you're attracted to someone physically, right? And it's like your body starting
Doing things,
right?
Mhm, mhm.
So, I was stating I didn't want to go there with this person until I really see, like, if this person is really serious about me, if we really, really connect without having that sexual aspect there. So I wouldn't have sex with him. I would just go with someone that I used to have sex with and just have sex with them so that I'm not even focusing on it with that
I mean, that's
situation.
fair.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't even
that's-
be thinking about it with that guy. I could focus on those other things, but I just had the other guy. This is what this is. No kissing, no nothing. We just fucking, and they know what the situation is, however it is. So that helped me a good bit because I didn't want my
'Cause now you have
decisions to be
clarity
cloudy.
and
But
being
that's
able to
typically how I date
see.
at this point. Like
Yeah.
I got my go-to. He know where he is.
Mhm.
I'm like,
I will have to fly my
Yeah.
go-to in.
You might have to do that. I might have to put half on that ticket to help my girl out. Shit.
yes.
Listen, this has been fun.
yeah.
So Stephanie might compromise. She can have a healthy relationship with the Dingaling incorrect.
I can't.
Shanita
The
can.
Lord knows. Lord, we done prayed this morning. We pray all the time.
But I told
in
you from the
meditation.
beginning, define trash because I can be creative.
I mean,
so.
it's one thing to be able to use it and be creative and get the fulfillment. But trash to me is completely what we are never doing this again.
Yeah,
Like, what is this? What are we doing here? Like, this is a waste of my time, Lord. I wasn't present for that, so we're not going to count him because I wasn't present.
Listen, when you told me that story, I was so sad for you. Like, oh my God.
I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there.
I heard all the disappointment.
You did.
And I
You
was
did.
just like, friend, oh my God.
Friend. This is disappointment
This
in my
is a
spirit.
disappointment.
But you not laid it on the altar, child. The Lord knows. We've been praying through. We meditating. I'm saging this thing. We trying to get it together. Okay. So y'all just keep me lifted up in prayer.
Oh,
It's
Always.
coming.
Always.
Good dangling is on the way.
I'm sticking hands down. Everybody pants in 2022.
And that's what it is. So, sirs, be prepared.
You're gonna get filled up. Okay.
Filled up. Listen, you guys, we're going to come back to you in a little bit, but we just had fun today talking about this stuff that people aren't necessarily touching. We got to be real. We too old to be playing these games and not be honest about certain things. You all can find us at www.thepassionquest.net.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell them where they can find you at, Steph.
Oh, I'm on Instagram. I am Passion Quest _Steph.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, right?
That's you.
Okay.
That's you.
Y'all gotta help me out.
And you
girl,
have
me too.
myself. It's Trey _ Levin LAVIN Consulting on Instagram. That's where I be.
Child, my handle's so long. I feel like I need to do something. It's balance _ well woman. That's where you can find me.
That's where they can find
That's
you.
where they can find
And you
me.
can find us collectively at The Passion Quest on Instagram. That's where we be.
That's it.
That's where we are. Listen, Balance Well Woman has a session of events coming up. Tell the people about
Yes,
that.
honey. In 2 weeks, what is it? May. What is it? What is the day? May's. Let me pull
Is it the
up.
second?
I think it's the second.
It's the first Saturday of
what
May,
we
right?
It's the first Saturday of
What
May.
we
I have
doing?
a Reiki sound meditation session that I'm doing at 10, and then I'm doing a sound meditation at 11:15.
So if you need to get yourself leave some stress, go check out Miss
I'll get you
Nita.
together.
She'll get you together with them sounds. I wish I had a sound bowl today so I could have.
I know, because I can ding it.
Ding.
I'm gonna bring it next time because I got the small. I got a small one. I can bring it.
Yes, bring it. We could have done it for that today. And Trey Levin Consulting, we are a consulting network that helps with individuals who are looking to build themselves up, in organizations, organizational training for mind, body, and spirit through. If you look good, you feel good.
Mhm.
If you understand where you can be financially, we'll help you to plan your things that way. We'll just help you get yourself together.
I'll help you get gathered.
Help you get yourself together.
All right,
That's
I
what we
guess I
do.
can put a plug in for each
Come
one.
on, girl,
Teach one.
do it.
Yes, each one teach one academic solutions. So that's coming soon. I'm still working.
It's
Yay!
coming.
I am.
The biggest thing, and I'm so proud of us this year, is going hard and heavy on our businesses. We have established businesses.
Yes.
They are. Look, I'm just happy for my girls. I'm happy for my girls. Big things, big
Coming.
things, big things coming. Big things are happening, and we're so happy to have our people that are listening to us. Keep listening, keep staying with us.
Yeah.
We are the Passion Quest. I'm Trey.
I'm Shanita.
Stephanie.
We'll check in with you all later. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.